You blinked. Red 2 standing by, all 4 lit, and in the green. Welcome back to Pokemon Emerald version, where we are traversing the Team Magma hideout, which I don't entirely remember. And we're battling various grunts who have not exactly distinguished themselves. We are dealing with the gruntiest of the grunts who do not have very capable Pokemon in the slightest, and I've been rambling about that. You'd honestly think they'd have better teams. You'd be dead wrong. I mean, at least try. But this point in the series, it's a big turning point, and it's sort of a slightly sadder one for me. Because, like, at this point, the legendary Pokemon started getting more ridiculously powerful in terms of their story abilities. Like, they've still got the same base stat totals and things like that. But they get to do more ridiculous things and have much more effect on the overall world of the game, with greater consequences for getting involved with them. And I kind of don't like that. Because it just, I guess it takes away from something, you know? Like, when it was just Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, and Mewtwo, and leaving out Mew, and even in Generation 2, like, these were interesting Pokemon. These were legendary Pokemon. They were Pokemon about which legends were told. Finding them was something special. Like, the original Gold and Silver did not make you catch Ho-Oh or Lugia, depending on version. Even the little story with Suicune didn't have to be immediately resolved. You could do it all at your own pace. Which was really cool. It's, like, I do find it a little bit sad that you have to go through the Ho-Oh and Lugia captures in Heart Gold Soul Silver, because it just kind of feels a bit forced. But I suppose it's not quite as detrimental, because it's still something that's on a personal level, and you just, as far as I know, you still just get to do it at your own pace. Like, it's a little bit more prominent. You're told a bit more, but you don't have to do it, as far as I know. Alright, so look, I'm being a bit stubborn, but I want to try and level Truffle up so that I can absolutely hammer Maxie's team. So that was pure spite, nothing more, nothing less. So, camera up for the first time, we should be able to hit it with Psychic. Come close to putting it down for the count. Yeah. Camerupt is not super defensive. Owen has a lot of very slow and frail mixed attackers for some reason. There we go, that's what I wanted to do. But yeah, I just sort of missed that, because I mean, they still do keep the Pokemon that you can wind up finding on your own with your bit of initiative. Like, they give you the Braille Guide so that you can actually wind up finding the Reggies. And you know what to do when you get there. But the major legendaries, like the box art legendaries, they wind up becoming more connected with the story. And on its own, it's not a problem, but it's just, there are all these things that are just essentially governing, like, principles of nature, the very embodiment of time and space and blah blah blah. Things like that, and you're just like, it feels a bit ridiculous that we can cram that into a Pokeball, you know? I'll get to it a bit later. Groudon. nothing can awaken you from your sleep bathed in magma. This blue orb is what you sought, wasn't it? I have brought you the blue orb. Let it shine awaken you. And show me the full extent of your power. Groudon has woken up. And it's gone to space. Groudon? What's wrong? Dude, I think Groudon might have died on the way back to its home planet. Wasn't the blue orb the key? Groudon, where have you gone? Oh, so it was you. I've seen you poking around uninvited here and there. I get it now. You must have pulled a cheap stunt! Maxie is definitely not happy to see us. Actually, fewer Pokemon than Tabitha, just by one. But, fairly capable opponent. Still, Tsunama is a good mixed attacker, and why would you do that? Like, the AI's really not that bright. I mean, yes, it probably knows that I'm going to have a rotten time of things with confusion, see? But I've suddenly gone from -1 attack to +1 attack, and as soon as I snap out of confusion... Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna wind up blitzing his team. Assuming I'm actually... You have got to be kidding! I'm so upset. +1 attack, come on. Alright, Crobat's a bit of an issue. It's fast. But yeah, Crobat is an interesting choice on various villain teams because it's like, well, we need to do something to actually show that this bad guy is actually a nice person, just misguided at heart. You know what, let's give him Crobat because it's a friendship evolution. It feels a bit silly to me, in all fairness. Because it's like, okay, maybe they care for their Pokemon, big deal. They're not exactly sympathetic. Archie and Maxie are both idiots, and Cyrus, like... Cyrus is probably one of the more relatable... In some senses, Cyrus is probably fairly relatable because he just hates people. I mean, admittedly, he more hates the human spirit than anything else, which... I don't necessarily hate that. But I do find a lot that's irritating about people in general. I mean, it's probably... I think probably the best comparison is in the Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series, bringing up the villains of the Waking the Dragons arc. Because there's a whole lot of ridiculous reasons for why Alistair and Raphael do what they do. Balon doesn't really seem to have anything like that. And in Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, he just outright admits that he hates people, which Joey considers the most believable villain explanation in the entire series. I mean, you can't blame him. Alright, we have beaten Maxie. What makes you so adept at handling Pokemon? There has to be some reason why Groudon fled. That's what you're trying to say, aren't you? Huh, you think I didn't know that? With Groudon gone, there is no longer any need for this blasted volcano. I am going after Groudon, so this is where we part. And he's disappeared. Oh well. Alrighty, we can make our way out. I wonder why there's just that one random strength puzzle in here. Just seems like a weird little obstacle. It's just a bit of an oddity, but yeah, I prefer those days where it was just like the legendary Pokemon didn't have such ridiculous abilities associated with them. They weren't just these strange embodiments of whatever it is. Because it starts to get a little bit unbelievable that like you are putting the entire physical concept of time or space or antimatter or whatever into a Pokeball. It doesn't feel entirely believable. And it, like with the older ones, it just feels like, yeah, this is still a Pokemon. It's powerful, but it's still a Pokemon. It's an achievement to actually get some information on this. Alright, so we've completed that. We've done everything we need to do around here, and I can heal the team. Probably time to go back to Lily Cove and go into Team Aqua's hideout. But that does take a little while to traverse as well. Or do we have to go to... Do we go to the shipyard first? Need more repels on top of that. Alrightio. So that's what this is. Not keen on the herbal medicines. They're bitter, which is kind of troublesome. Oh well, no, we'd probably... Okay, so we do have to go to Lily Cove and deal with Team Aqua. I'm just sort of tossing up, what do I do? Slightly lowers the foe's accuracy. Well, we've got lots of money, that's good. Oh, I can probably put some things into the box as well. Super repels. I do kind of miss being able to buy everything we need based on the badges. Oh well, I'll deposit some items in the box and then maybe we can try a couple of rematch battles. I'm probably going to need a little bit of extra oomph in my team just going forward. So what I'm going to do... We'll deposit those. Anything else I need to deposit? No, I think we're pretty good for now. But I might just switch the teams around a little bit. Spend a bit of time training some team members, and that can be how we wind up wrapping up the episode. So we'll put these three in the box for now. Gonna need Swellow. What else can I evolve? Trapinch is a little ways off. Whismur, we do get Loudred eventually. And Golbat. That evolves at level 18. but I believe we've got 2 Pokemon that are very close to evolving already. So we'll put Natu in the party and Fanpy. And then we can take just a little bit of time to muck around on the early routes and see what we can do in terms of evolving some Pokemon. I really, really wish they didn't have the use for items you can't use. So let's just mosey on down, take things a little bit easier for the rest of the episode. If we jump back to Route 102, we should have at least one opponent we can battle. We'll be able to check, as I said, based on whether the Pokenav icon is flashing, and of course not. Wonderful. So I did battle Calvin earlier, but no, we don't get anything from battling him now. That's a bit sad, but we might be able to pick up some other battles along the way too. We sadly don't get anything if we wind up talking to Dad, so we'll just scurry around and talk to our rich opponent. Now, hang on. Let me put Joelle at the front, because I think I can do something here. Now, I'm going to be a little bit shady. See what happens if I use Thief and we run into Sand again. Oh, Pocket Sand, how I really didn't miss you. Oh yeah, nice! It gets Mud Sport. At least some non-ground types get Mud Sport, so it's sort of useful. Hooray, Pocket Sand. We're never going to hit anything, are we? We're never going to hit anything. Alright, maybe we are. Oh well, close. If we sneak through, though, we should actually be able to maybe battle the bug catcher, but we will also be able to get another nugget from Rich Boy Winston's liner. So no, we can't battle the bug catcher here. It's really annoying. Alright, you know what? I'm too cheap to put a repel on, honestly. But there's the thing, some of them can at least be shiny. Just kind of make it a little bit interesting. But then again, we'd probably wind up running into something terrible. I mean, before I knew they were shiny locked, the fact that I wound up finding a shiny Alolan Rattata in the middle of the Ultra Beast quest, that was one of the worst feelings I have had. I mean, I did catch it just for the sake of it, but I was beyond pissed off. I mean, so many prestigious and powerful Pokemon that can wind up being shiny, theoretically speaking, and you wind up with a rat. A generic, found everywhere, unimpressive stat-wise rat with a fake moustache. I was so mad. You have no idea how much I was resisting winding up actually knocking that thing out. Of course, I do have a sure hit move, I can't use it. Oh yeah, full restore. I mean, he's more than willing to use a full restore and a zigzagoo. So what's it got? Pocket Sand, Mud Sport, Odor Sleuth. And it doesn't even have an attacking move, does it? Does it have a Headbutt or something? Yes. Come on. Thank you. I mean, I've made bank at least. But a lot of work just for that money. Because you've got a Linoon with 3 moves that really don't do anything against them. I mean, even Pocket Sand is just there to be annoying. Alright. We can teleport. Alright, let's see how we go. Can we battle Lass Haley? Good. Might be able to get some decent experience out of this. But then we need Cut to actually battle the opponents on Route 116. And that's going to be annoying. Speaking of annoying. I mean, it makes sense. I mentioned that it would probably be the ultimate in spiteful AI, that pretty much every Pokemon that could just used priority moves in order to just do as much damage as they can because they're knocked out. Fake Out is basically the embodiment of that, because every Pokemon that actually has Fake Out will use Fake Out. Still only got a Shroomish. And it does get a little bit tiresome because, as I said, they're not doing very much damage and it just takes up a turn. It just wastes your time, but naturally, in competitive battling, it's very important. 11, 21, 111. Ah, Route 115. We can battle somebody there. Oh yeah, we did need to battle Ethan. Of course, I forgot that. Oh, I need to get a Pokemon that has Cut. Alrighty, so that's sort of our list. Alright. Well, depending on where you go, you can wind up facing different opponents, so might as well go up to Route 115 and battle some trainers there. Natu's going to evolve pretty soon, so maybe I can get something that needs Cut, like Slakoth. Once I've actually done with those. Now, I'm pretty sure Black Belt Nub is this guy. There we go. And then Expert Timothy is in the bit you can only reach by Surf. He's got Machoke this time around. But I don't think it's going to handle Zunama. Taken down from the word go. And level 40. Very nice. Natu has got to be close. How close is it? 221. We could battle a wild Pokemon too. Oh well. Rightio. Just up this way, and then, yeah, we can... got to have a bit of time to decompress. Not really that much. Maybe if it was a higher level and a tentacle, which gives me more experience. Well, let's run into the long grass and see what we can do. Alrighty, and we get... Taylor. You know, given the trouble I had, I was actually half expecting it to be a Jigglypuff. Because it seems like the sort of thing the RNG would do to me. It's just like, hey, you know that Pokemon you had a lot of trouble trying to find? Well, here it is when you're not looking for it. It's always the way. Especially if you happen to play your gacha games like Fire Emblem Heroes and that. The Desire Sensor. Oh, do not. I am disappointed. I am very disappointed, game. One more level on either of those Pokemon. Just an irritating waste of PP. Alright, now we get it to evolve. There we go, we have evolved Natu into Xatu. And of course that means a brand new Pokédex entry. It's probably way down the bottom. There it is, I didn't catch one in the Safari Zone, but we have Xatu, the Mystic Pokemon. There is a very good reason for Xatu's cry sounding the way it does. All Xatu are actually telepathically linked and can communicate with each other across very long distances. Xatu was actually used prior to the development of electricity in order for people to communicate over long distances. It is believed to be the world's first telephone, in addition to the other psychic powers it demonstrates. Xatu wound up falling out of favour when electricity was developed because the rates it charged were absolutely terrible. You would probably have been better off flushing your money down the drain. So there we go. We can take the experience share off Xatu. And give it to Phanpy so that Phanpy can evolve fairly quickly. I think I've put up whatever level it evolved at because I don't have it immediately. Rightio, and I need to get Falcon ready as well. Just a lot of fiddling around, unfortunately. And I'd probably better actually battle the two Pokemon trainers on Route 116, or I will forget. We can probably just cut a little bit out. So, Expert Timothy still has his fairly powerful Hariyama. And we have the Steel Falcon with Aerial Ace. Not a one-shot, huh? Nice try, Hariyama. Nice try. I love being able to do that. Sick to death of pocket sand. Alright, give me a little bit and I'll be back on Route 116. I forgot I could battle Cindy, actually. So we get an extra battle. So, Metatite, knowing Metatite, it will just annoy us with Detect and that's it. Or not. But it's more experience. And then I can get Slakoth and try and take care of any bushes with cut. Geez, we nearly had a nice double there. Fake out, protect. Geez, I hope they don't ever give Pelip a fake out or give it anyway to get it. Can you imagine that? The irritating... Oh yeah, Sableye gets detect. The irritating spam. Ugh. Oh, wait! James, you have elevated yourself to demigod status because you are the first person out of all these bungling numpties. You have actually won a battle against someone else. You shall be blessed by the gods. You shall receive, in my benevolence, a boot to the head. Ah! Alrighty, with that gift out of the way, let's move Slakoth into the party. There's no real rhyme or reason to the organisation of my boxes. And I mean, Skarmory can probably learn Cut because its wings are like swords and blah blah blah, but I don't want to teach it Cut. I wonder what other moves it can learn because it probably needs a bit. It's useful. Alright, let's deal with this and then we're wrapping up for the episode. Probably fly down to Dewford for the next one. How far does Phanpy have to go anyway? Reasonable amount, we should be okay. What on earth? Alright, so there was only one opponent, or maybe there's another one who we don't need Cut for. I forget which one's which. And he's still got a Ralts. I could probably knock it out with Swift in all fairness. Yep. Yeah, it gives pathetic experience. And, okay, Meditite's not being an irritation. But yeah, that was not as much experience as I wanted it to be. Kind of wanted to evolve Phanpy. So, I think if we pop down here... The other school kid here. There we are. This should hopefully give us more experience. Kid, I'm really sorry about what they did to your name. We'll go with Swift just to be on the safe side. Alrighty. Lucky there. Knock that out. Still not enough experience. Please an evolved Pokemon, please. Alright, we're not getting to see Phanpy evolve today. Bit of a pain in the butt. Well, you've only got a Whismur and a Shroomish, so it's no real surprise. Ah, 309, come on. Look, I'd have been annoyed if I didn't evolve it this episode. Because once I get that sorted out, then I can actually wind up going back to the main stalk. I mean, in fairness, I probably didn't quite need to get Slackoth in that case. I should have got Linoon, but yeah, Elliot's got some really good Pokemon here. And my 2 electric move users are in the box. Phooey. But I do have Tsunama, so that's something. Well, Phanpy's getting more experience than I thought. I didn't realise this guy had heaps of Gyarados. Oh, Tentacool. Oh, that's okay. So that goes down pretty easily. I mean, Phanpy gets a couple of levels in it. Big deal. Okay, Carvana's not taking an attack. Oh well. Pretty good note to wrap up on, and then we can do something silly with Donphan's Pokedex entry. Alright, so we're at half attack. I do need Tsunama. We should be getting Will-O-Wisp for Joelle pretty soon. Alrighty. If we could get the freeze, that'd be... Yeah, we're not getting the freeze anytime soon. That 10% chance of freezing the target really doesn't roll around very often. Usually because we get a critical hit. Alright, let's see if I was right. Yep, we've got a couple of evolutions. There we are, we have Donphan. And I've gone to the wrong thing. Let's wrap it up with a good Pokedex entry for Donphan, the armor Pokemon. Donphan is incredibly sturdy and incredibly durable, and when it rolls around, not necessarily at the speed of sound, it will have incredible grip on pretty much any surface. Various companies have tried to manufacture tyres which are as strong and durable as Donphan. Unfortunately, they haven't had very much success. You won't be able to rig up a team of Donphan and have them wind up pulling various contraptions. It would take a lot of work, and they really don't like being used as tyres. They have been known to help out with making the tyres because they're actually pretty handy, but even they can't replicate their natural awesomeness. So there we are. Next time, I think we'll be up in Lily Cove City, ready to go. The reason I stuffed around with that is because we've hit 100 Pokemon owned in the Pokedex, which is pretty good. Thank you very much for joining me. Till next time, this is Red 2 returning to base.